Commander Naresh Taneja. I am Group President HR and Admin of IRB Infrastructure Developers Private Limited. Three most significant trends that we are witnessing in our industry these days is basically increased competition is the first one, which we are witnessing. Earlier, I remember we used to have hardly 5-6 big players coming in for the highway construction sector in which we work. Now there are more than 20. And this is a result of government changing its policies of removing the qualifying criteria for bidding the process. They have removed experience as well as the past budgets, big ticket items which you would have done. So that has led to first key significant trend which we are seeing. Second is people are now going and using newer technologies. Earlier we used to listen that highway construction is same, roads are being made the same way right from beginning, and same material, same machinery. But now machines are automated, bigger machines are coming, people are using drones and AI also in maintenance and finding out the road conditions and doing the repairs in time. And thirdly, we are seeing the government push so much on the infrastructure sector. So like, more than how much? $1.4 trillion had been allocated from 2019 to 2025. So government push is there, more focus on technology is there, and more competition is there. That's what I feel three trends are there. Key drivers to our mind are, of course, you have to be competitive. You have to be adopting the newer technologies so that you can finish the work in time, maintain the quality, and are still economical and continue to make profits. So that is the main driver which is doing this thing. And second is keeping in touch with the changing government rules, regulations, environmental, social development goals are coming these days. So keeping in touch with that so that if your future projects are taking these aspects into consideration while bidding for the projects and constructing the projects. And third, another one which I see is greater foreign money coming in the infrastructure sector. And that's a big jump since past, say, few years. And what we are able to succeed so far is keeping up with all these things, bidding for the projects, doing our due diligence properly, and remaining competitive so far. Business priority for any business remains to be profitable. That is the basic line. So you have to remain profitable either by cutting cost or being more efficient. So like we say in armed forces, more bang for the same buck or same back for the more bang. So you have to remain economical. You have to be better than your competitors. So you have to continuously evolve and reinvent yourself. Past practices not serve you well in future. So you have to keep changing that. And that's how it has changed. Earlier, when we used to be there, I joined this company in 2006. And we never had the type of structures and the type of policies and controls and the funding mechanism that we are seeing now. So we have changed over the time. So change is also the thing which has become even more important, especially in the period of COVID. So we have to change our way of working. We have to managers have to learn to manage remotely. They have learned to be more empathetic. So these are the changes which we are seeing now post-pandemic. But basically, we remain focused on costs and profits. Secret of success I cannot call. I'll call my secret of survival. success, I don't consider myself, more successful than everybody else. Everybody else is successful in their own way. But secret of survival is to be ahead of others. Not in sense of if I know that AI is now coming in, so I need to know how it is useful for my particular business, my particular sector. If blockchain is there, so can I make it, use it for funding my projects, or how do I pay? Can I use this for bidding my projects and keeping a record? So many things like keeping ahead of others is this thing. And second is the focus remains, which changed, if I can call it secret. This is a secret. What I learned from my first boss, I went to him for some work, and he said, I told him, sir, this cannot be done. So he said, don't tell me why it can't be done. Tell me how it can be done. So that changed my focus altogether. So from problem-centered, obstacle-facing person, I became a solution provider and do it. How can we do it? So that became the mindset. So I approach all problems like that. I never think that it cannot be done. I always think that it can be done. Only thing I have to find the ways of doing it. So that, if I can say, is my secret, if you want to know that. And proud moment is, I'll say, the teams which I have made. When people call me even now, from with whom I joined service in 1977, 1976, they are still friends. And whichever company I worked, everybody still is in touch. So the team structure and team spirit which I created, which I find it's my personal contribution in that. So that I find, whenever people see, that is one proud moment for me, that yes, I have been successful in that. Second one is the guys whom I have groomed, from lowest level of peons who are managers now. They were peons. Okay, they are managers now. And the executives, we were vice presidents now. And when I talk to them, I listen about them, I feel happy about their achievements, and I feel proud. So my role model remains Indian business leader, Mr. Ratan Tata. And I admire him for his simplicity. Despite achieving so much in life, having made tremendous difference in the lives of so many people, his simplicity and humane approach to not only to his own employees, anybody else who has come in touch with him, or his hotels, or his products, gets the same attention, same feeling, same feeling of warmth when he handles them, talks to them. And he is never set on his own laurels. And I think it is DNA of the Tata JRD Tata, which has gone into the whole company and organization, which is serving them so well. So he remains my role model. And my advice to youngsters these days is, firstly, like you happened to mention before we started this interview, is the attention span. Okay, so attention span is also like, you can't sow a seed and expect to reap the crop in next 2 minutes. Sorry, it doesn't happen. So certain things take time. So is your professional development. It doesn't happen by reading a few books or attending one or two video calls, or just jumping from one sector to another. I've been in this company since last 16 years. Okay, and I had been in the Air Force for 21 years. I had been in my IT companies for 4 years plus. That was the shortest one, in fact. So the people, those who talk of personal growth, success, and achievement, they need to give time to it. That is my advice. And second is, again, I'll share my secret. Don't ask why it cannot be done. Tell me how it can be done.